The role that I'm playing is by being out there, first of all, giving face to the epidemic, making people see that HIV is there. I know that HIV is an existing thing. It's there because I'm living with it. And giving education to people on how they can protect themselves from getting the virus, because my being able to live with the virus is not because I enjoy having HIV. It's not very easy to have HIV. So I go out and educate people and tell them of the disadvantages, of living with HIV, so that they can protect themselves and know that HIV is there. And many people have died. I'm one of the fortunate few who are actually able to sit and say, I have HIV and I'm living a healthy life. Other people have not gotten to the stage that I'm in. They've actually died. I think by having other young people come out and be part of the fight against the pandemic, young people can be encouraged, because if you are a young person, you always look at people that you can relate to, especially people who are from the very same background that you're from. My outlook on life has changed a lot, I think, for more on the positive side, because before I knew my status, I really was not a focused person. But after I discovered that I'm HIV positive, that's when it actually crossed my mind that I have to be doing something with my life. I started making plans and setting up goals for myself that I needed to achieve. I think for me, finding out my status has, in a way, turned up for the best. The first person I disclosed my status to was my best friend, whom I trusted at the time. And his response was he was okay with it and he was not going to tell anybody. And unfortunately, he went out and told everybody who knows me. And I felt very sad about it, because I trusted him and I disclosed my secret because I felt that he was the person that I could trust who would be able to keep the secret. What I can say to someone who's newly diagnosed is that acceptance is one of the most important things. When you accept your status, you get the will to live. That is one of the most important things. And in life, and life doesn't end with you being HIV positive. It's just the beginning. And in that life that you're in, being an HIV positive person, you have two choices that you have to make. It's either you get busy living or you get busy dying. So it's up to you what you really want to do with your life. It has changed my sexual behavior as far as practicing safer sex is concerned, but I still enjoy having sex. I'm in a relationship now with someone who's HIV negative, who knows my HIV status. We enjoy sex, but we make sure that every time we use protection. I think both partners are responsible for their own sexual health and also the sexual health of the other person they're in a relationship with, because it's not a good thing that when you find that you're HIV positive and then you'll end up blaming the other partner, whereas you have done nothing to protect yourself. So if you are in a relationship, the both of you are responsible for your sexual health and also the sexual health of the other partner. The very first time that I start going out with someone, on the very first date, I just want the person to know what I'm all about, because I don't want to find myself in a situation where I'm already emotionally involved and I've invested a lot of time like in the relationship, and then I start telling the person that I'm HIV positive only to be rejected. So I just do it from the onset. Like, I'm straightforward about it. What I can say to the young gay people who are coming out of the closet, and especially people who haven't started dating yet, is that you have to protect yourself from the very first sexual encounter, because I got infected in my very first sexual relationship. I've never been with anybody before, and I only discovered later that my partner was HIV positive. So we need to be careful at our sexual practices and protect ourselves at every encounter that we go through. I think it is going to make a change, because young people are going to start seeing that actually, as you're always saying that HIV is there, they're going to start seeing these 30 young people who are HIV positive and they are living life to the fullest as if it's the last day of their lives, and are giving forward positive messages and sharing a bit of their lives and their voices, so that we can stop HIV from spreading, and we can also empower the others who discover that they're HIV positive. I think it's a great thing. that we're going out and doing this. We're not doing this for the sake of being famous or anything, but it's just because we want to make our voice heard, and we also want to give face to the young generation who are living with HIV. Stigma that I've faced is after my friend decided to disclose my status for me, many of the people who were friends with me at that time, they decided that they don't want to be friends with me anymore. And also in the community, there are other people who won't accept me for what I have. They just decide that because I have HIV, I'm someone who has been promiscuous, as the notion is always is. And how do I deal with that? I just tell myself that I'm going to continue with life. I keep closer to me the people who support me and who give me guidance, who are always there for me. If you won't accept me because I'm HIV positive, then that is your baby to carry. I've got nothing to do with it. But it's a wrong thing, because other people won't be as strong as I am if they get rejected. They won't have that I don't care kind of attitude that I have. So it gets very difficult for other people. But for me, I just tell myself that it's either you accept me for what I am as a human being, whether I have HIV or not, or then you get out of my life. What I want young people who are positive to hear from me is that it doesn't end with you being HIV positive. You can still live a long and healthy and productive life only if you take care of yourself, protect yourself and those that you love. Make sure that whatever you do, you don't make that mistake of infecting another person willingly. And if you are in a relationship, just be honest about it. I know sometimes it's difficult for you to tell your partner that you're HIV positive, but you'd rather be honest than find yourself in a situation where your partner gets infected and you find yourself that you are the one who infected your partner. Because I feel I wouldn't be able to live with guilt of having infected someone. But as I've said, at the end of the day, life goes on. That's why I always I've taken the acronym AIDS and turned it into a question: am I doing something? Since I know that I'm HIV positive, what is it that I'm doing in my community? What is it that I'm doing for other young people who are living with the very same virus as I am? Just get involved in things that will help to empower other young people. And at the end of the day, you just need to love yourself. In the area that I live, it was very difficult for me to be able to access ARVs, which I have been on for the past 2 years now. This is the third year, because I can only get them at the provincial hospital, which is quite a distance from my home. In order for me to get there, I have to go on 2 taxis before I get there, and I'll wait on the queue for a very long time before getting it. But getting on the roll, like being on the waiting list, it was not difficult for me. It took me something like 4 weeks before I could start accessing ARVs. It's just getting there that is difficult, because I have to wake up very early in the morning and end up spending the whole day there. So you have to invest time and tell yourself that if it's your day for your treatment repeat, you're not doing anything on that day, you're just gonna spend the whole day at the hospital. The religion can do a lot, because the people who go to churches or go to the mosque or wherever place of place of worship that you go to are members of the community. So religion must play a very important part in fighting the virus, in fighting the scourge of HIV that we are being faced here in South Africa. But in most cases, especially in the Christian churches, people they do get discriminated again. Like, for instance, in my case, I was discriminated twice by my church, one for being gay and the other one for being HIV positive, because I live openly with my status. So I'm not allowed to talk about it, which is why I stopped going to church. And I feel that is a very wrong thing, because you find that in those churches themselves, a very large number of people are dying. They're burying people almost every 2 weeks. And when you get to ask yourself, the answer in most cases is because they've been infected with HIV. It's just that matters of sexuality and HIV are not being entertained at church. You don't talk about that. So you just feel that because you are a religious person, then you are invulnerable to getting HIV, and which is a lie. So religions, no matter which sect you go to, no matter what religion, have to play a very, very big role in helping us fight against HIV. My name is Lucky. I'm from South Africa and have been living with HIV since 2002.
Then I can see, never judge a book, no baby, unless you're ready to read. There's more than this, then I can see, never judge a book, no baby, unless you're ready to read.